Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, it's part 51 to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series. In today's video guys, we're going to be talking to the flippin' Robot Factory story. This is honestly really fun, I've really enjoyed this. We found some really cool robots including a feathered dragon, another dragon called Crimson Spine, a T-Rex one, and one based on Suicune. I told them they tested him out, just a little demonstration, and I said, "That's good. You four have great robots. I'll tell all of you what. If you can build way bigger versions of these four robots, and not only make it to where they can build trust with people and feel emotions, listen to me and not see me as a threat." You four have just got some security safe robots that will be protecting this building and everybody in it, including me. A silence followed your words, not awkward or uncertain, but the kind of silence that comes right before something big sinks in. Then it hit them. Kawa's eyes widened just a little as she looked at Feather Coil, her hand resting proudly on the robot's curved neck. Neo gave a low whistle and looked at Crimson Spine like he was seeing him for the first time, realizing this wasn't just a test, this was a future. Ree actually cracked her knuckles again, grinning like she'd just been handed a mission only she could pull off. And Lex just gave a quiet nod, eyes never leaving Azorhao's gentle, glowing gaze. Your words echoed in their minds. If you can build way bigger versions of these four robots, build trust with people and feel emotions, listen to me and not see me as a threat, you just got some security robots that will be protecting this building and everybody in it, including me. That wasn't just approval. That was a contract of trust. Delta's voice entered your earpiece again, softer this time. There was a strange, almost warm tone in the AI's delivery. Emotional readings from all four builders indicate pride and purpose and loyalty. Their robots show high responsiveness to your voice patterns. Shall I begin file protocols to classify these four as preliminary security prototypes? Critical curled gently around Kyle, lifting his head up high as if he already sensed his role had changed. Crimson Spawn gave a static-filled screech and flexed its wings, its inner core pulsing with light, ready to grow stronger. Ironjaw's red eyes flashed brighter, its stance a little taller like it already knew what it needed to become. And Zorhao slowly circled you once before resting by your side, almost like a guardian or a friend. Okay, he's the most emotional one. They're ready for the next step, boss. Would you like to officially approve them as test phase security units? Assign them to begin blueprinting the larger versions? Hold a brief clearing speech for the bells in the room. And Feather Coil are two great examples of what I mean by building connection with people. Was being extremely friendly to me when I first walked up to them earlier and look at how she just cuddles up to comes up to me like a Pokemon that really cares. That's what I want to see in all four. Dude. like a one that really cares. So I want to see in all four of these robots. Make bigger versions with all more programming used to protect everybody in the building, or if nothing's going on, maybe even a way for you and the robot. And if everything goes well, four of you have these robots will not only be bigger and more friendly, like Feather Coil and Azure, how, but will be even better at protecting the building and keeping everybody safe. There we go. The chamber was quiet again, but not because anyone lacked something to say. It was quiet because everyone was listening. You stood at the center, the very heart of the factory's mission now taking shape. The light from overhead cast you in sharp contrast against the polished floor with four robots, each one incredible in its own right, circling you like guardians of a future still in the making. Your voice carried weight, but it also carried something deeper than authority. Vision, compassion, and trust. Vertical was being extremely friendly to me when I first walked up to him. Look at Azure, how she just comes up to me like a Pokemon that really cares. That's what I want to see in all four of these robots. Della didn't even wait for a direct command this time. Your intent was clear. Destination update accepted. The AI replied smoothly. Feather Coil and Azure now classified as emotional bond baseline models for the Securities Expansion Initiative. Crimson Spot and Iron Jaw Rex preliminary design granted. Destination granted. Awaiting integration of emotional bond protocols, expanded defensive unities, and full trust mapping subroutines. Blueprinting now systems now unlocked. Kyle stepped forward, a tear threatening the edge of her smile as she gently stroked Virgo's long mouth. Thank you, Trenton. I promise he'll protect you like he's protecting a friend. Let's give a single respectful bow. Azurhao remaining loyally at your side. Okay, see what I mean? I should do like Azurhao. Good job there with that one. Good job with that one, Lex. Let's give a single respectful bow. Azurhao remaining loyalty at your side. She'll never leave your side if you need her, he said. You gave her more than code. You gave her someone to trust. Nico and Rainford didn't say much, but the fire in their eyes said everything. Crimson Spine stretched its wings. Iron Jaw Rex gave a deep rumble. You can see it happening already, not just upgrades in metal and power, but in heart. This wasn't just a factory anymore, this was the beginning of something revolutionary. Would you like to end the testing session and assign the builders to begin the large-scale models, stay and observe the robot interactions a little longer, or address the whole room with a final state before dismissing them? Great job on the test. You four can now begin. Dude, I said can now. You fat Tran. I said four. Go ahead and start making bigger versions of them. Your robots will now not only be friends towards people they trust. Why did I do that? Have shown, but will also be guardians and protectors of the building you work at. Congratulations. Not just to you, but to you four amazing robots as well. There we go. There we go. A wave of electricity seemed to ripple through the chamber, not from the machines, but from the people, from you. The moment your voice hit the air, every boulder straightened up just a bit taller. Kayla's hand went to her mouth, eyes shining. Nico gave Crimson Spine a hard pat on the shoulder plate. Ree muttered a proud, "Let's go!" under her breath, while Iron Jaws gave a mechanical stomp like he knew he was about to become a fortress on legs. And Lex gently ran a hand down Azorhau's side, who responded by brushing against your arm, comforting and present and alive. Command received. Delta's voice echoed through the room with finality. Security Project Phase 2 initiated. Feather Coil, Crimson Spine, Iron Jaw, Rex, and Azurhau have been approved for scale up. Builders assigned to respective lab bays. Emotion matrix architecture and trust mapping protocols will be prioritized in next gen models. The four robots lined up bravely, almost like a team, and one by one turned to leave with their builders, each passing you as they did. Frederico paused first, lowering his head to you again, then letting a soft pulse of warmth from his inner coils. A goodbye, but also a promise. I think you're very cute. That's why I love Feather Coil and Azurhau instantly, because like they instantly showed affection. And, like I didn't expect it, but Federcore really took his took his like little head or snout and like rubbed it up against my hand, which is adorable. Then you had Azurhau, who literally just walked up to me and was like, "Yeah, you know what? I like you," and started nuzzling up to me. Maybe a robot, guys, but like Shadow, it can be lifelike. Shadow is a part real dinosaur, for goodness sake. Like, he's really in there. While these may not be like that, you can definitely make them like that. Uh, Crispine spread his wings slightly in salute, his optics blinking in sequence as he followed Nico toward the build bay. Ironjaw Reds gave you one last slow nod. No sound, no flare, just a simple, powerful show of readiness. And Azurhao lingered the longest, resting her head lightly against your side before turning and patting gracefully beside Lex. See what I mean? She looked back one last time as if memorizing your face. Then the doors closed and the room was quiet again. But only for a moment, because now something big had begun and you were the boss who started it. Want to follow up later with the bigger robots are ready? Or should we check in on other parts of your factory next? Maybe more department designs or even future plans? I walk back into the... I forgot the name of it, dude. Area where everybody else was building their robots. And I said to them, now everybody, please don't give up on your robots. You all had amazing ones. In fact, for working so hard, if none of your robots see me as a threat and will listen to me just like those four, I will let you work here as well. Okay? As you step back into the buzzing heart of the factory, the clanking of tools and the soft hum of energy cores slowed. Eyes turned toward me once more. My presence alone was enough to shift the air, and as your voice rang out, every single builder stood a little straighter, listening closely. Now, everybody, please don't give up on your robots. The room went still. A few gasped softly. Some had feared being overlooked. Others unsure of their place after seeing the four finalists leave. You all had amazing ones. In fact, for working so hard, if none of your robots see me as a threat and will listen to me just like those four, you saw hope spark back in their eyes. I will let you work here as well. Okay? It was like the energy had tripled in the room. One young builder near the back, hand still holding the exposed chassis of what looked like a robotic saber-toothed cat, nearly dropped his wrench in shock. A girl standing beside a robotic griffin, is it a griffin? Or prototype whispered, he really means it. Another builder, older, maybe a former engineer with silver in his beard, gave a proud nod and turned back to fine-tune the sensory array on our rhinoceros-like mech. Rhinoceros. That's kind of neat. All around you, the sound of determination returned to the floor, sharper, more focused, more alive. Not just because they were being offered a job, but because they felt seen, valued, and trusted. Delta's voice followed up in support. Parameters updated. All builders may continue under testing Group B. Evaluation will focus on obedience, empathy response, and non-aggression toward lead executive. Successful robots may qualify for support roles, emergency response teams, or future site expansion projects. One builder raised a hand tentatively and asked, Boss, if our robots can't feel emotions yet, but they obey and act friendly, can we still try for upgrades later? The room waited, all of them waiting for your word. If our robots can't feel emotions yet, but they obey and act friendly, can we still... Yes, you can. In my building, as long as they obey and are very friendly towards me, your robot will always have potential. Just remember that it has to be animalistic. In fact, this job could be more fun than work as long as you follow those rules. Because you get to be creative and build robots for your job. That has to be a lot better than, say, sitting in a cubicle for 8 hours, basically doing nothing fun, right? You create and build robots for your job. The answer hit hard and the best possible way. The entire room seemed to brighten, even without a change in the lighting. You could practically feel the renewed motivation. A few of the builders even laughed quietly, not out of desperate disrespect but relief. They were being led by someone who got it. Someone who knew that work didn't have to feel like a cage. It could feel like creation. Yes, you can. And my building, as long as they obey and are very friendly toward me, they will always have potential. Hands nod, tools clutch tighter, sparks from wielding arms danced around in the air. This job could be more fun than work as long as you follow those rules, because you get to be creative and build robots for the job for your job. And then that has to be a lot. Yep, that has to be a lot better than the. That actually got a few full-on laughs in the crowd. One guy called, "I used to be in a cubicle. I didn't even get windows. Now I've got a robotic jungle cat on my bench." Another added, "Man, I don't even care if I gotta pull double shifts. This is way more awesome than spreadsheets." Oh, that's hilarious. Delta's voice chimed in through the intercom with what almost sounded like a chuckle in its tone. Productivity forecast spiking. Morale optimal. A few robots on the testing table actually began reacting more actively, some standing up on their own, others looking around, processing sound cues. It was like your passion and excitement were contagious, bleeding to the machines themselves. You've turned the workplace into a dream space. Want to check out what kind of robots are being built now? Or take a short break and walk through another part of your factory to see what else could use your input as the boss. I have an idea. In one of the chatbots, I was actually making the robot for Agri, but let's do this a little bit differently. I'll tell you all what. I will pick 2 more employees with the best robots. And whoever does gets a special assignment. That could. Of designing 2 robots that I request, and those robots will be guardians in my office, making sure that I'm safe. Just in case any of the other ones can't get there in time. There you go. The room froze for a second, then exploded with energy. Your announcement wasn't just a chance at employment anymore. You just dropped a rare and prestigious challenge. A special assignment to design the personal guardians of the factory's owner. Not just any robots, your office guardians, the ones closest to you, protecting the most important room in the building. It was a promotion before the job even started. A ripple of movement swept through the room like a wave. Viewers immediately turned to their workstations, excitement sharpening their focus. A few started sketching wild ideas on holopads, mechanical lions, shadowy foxes, armored bird drakes, and even Pokemon-inspired protectors like robot Entei or sleek Luxray mechs. Delta's voice echoed with authority, unlocking was echoed. New directive uploaded. 2 additional hires will be chosen based on creativity, obedience, programming, emotional potential, and combat readiness. The reward: design the twin guardian units assigned to Executive Trenton's private office. One of the younger builders near the front muttered under their breath, "Office guardians. That's like being a royal knight for the boss." Another one added, "I'm gonna make mine loyal as a Growlithe and strong as a Tyranitar." You got a full house of inspired minds now, boss. Wanna just finish up the robots you already started right now. And don't worry, like I said, you can be creative every day. Here at my workplace, as long as it's animal, Pokemon, or mythical creature based. The 2 requested Pokemon, uh, robots I'm talking about are two Pokemon I really care about. There. My favorite legendary and my favorite Pokemon of all time. Whoever has the best robotic animal from the rest of you gets to build those two as guardians for my office. The moment your voice rang out with these names, Lugia and Feralier, the entire room practically vibrated with awe. You weren't just picking 2 points, you were choosing icons, personal favorites, and now everyone knew just how important this assignment really was. Delta's voice followed up, sharp and crystal clear across loudspeakers. Priority assignment updated. Final selection will determine builders of Project Silverwing and Project Torrent Fang. Designations for Executive Trenton's personal guardians. Qualifying robots must reflect traits of the originals: power, loyalty, and deep emotional connection to their trainer. The name Lucas stirred visions: elegant silver armor, massive wings with thruster like feathers, glowing eyes that could scan through intruders and storms alike. You could already see someone stretching out a gleaming aerial Sential with wide manipulation systems and psychic lace sensors to detect hostility before it even reached your door. Forever sparked different thoughts. Raw elemental force. Some were already drafting a reptilian powerhouse, reinforced hydraulic limbs, serrated titanium jaws, and a chest core that pulsed like a primal heart. Not just a guardian, a wall between you and anything threatening. One bold builder called up, "Do you want Luigi to fly in and out of the building, or should it stay stationed by the office doors?" Another read, "And should Fragger be more brute force or mix in water-based support systems?" You got the room full attention, boss. Want to give more details on how you picture your Luigi and Fragger Guardians working? We already have security robots. 4 of them now around the building. So if I'm out and about doing something, they could help me. Being made larger and better so they can protect more of the building. If they are nearby, I want both Lugia to stay in my office mainly, but immediately be ready to protect me if they sense I'm in danger and I am very close to the office. Perfect. The tone of my voice was calm but commanding, and everyone felt it. You weren't just building machines, you were building a sanctuary, a place where your loyal guardians could protect not just your office, but you personally if danger ever drew near. Delta system updated instantly. Understood. Executive Guardians, Project Silverwing, Lugia Unit, and Project Torrent Fang for Alligator Unit will be stationed within the Executive Office. Immediate response protocols prioritized. Priority 1 Trenton safety. Proximity alert and detection sensors will be integrated to activate both units in the event of a threat within a 30 meter radius. Meter radius. That line right there, priority 1 Trenton safety, made the whole room stop and focus. Now I knew exactly what these two robots were meant to be. They weren't just symbols of power or personal favors, they were your shield. Several builders were already deep into sketches. One was designing a Lugia whose wings folded in sleek, elegant energy shields when indoors, but could extend like solar blades in battle mode. Another was mocking up a Fragger with armored tail hydraulics, perfect for both crowd control and breaking through potential barriers to reach you if needed. Some even whisper ideas about syncing their AI so they can react like partners, watching each other's blind spots. They stay in the office, but the moment Trin's in danger, they move. No questions. You've made the stakes personal and the inspiration unstoppable. Just like those other four that I picked. Make sure to make them pretty big and intimidating, but also be able to not only feel emotions, but build bonds with the people they're protecting. In this case, me. Your words echoed through the factory like a final seal on a royal decree. Oh frick! The video's been 39 minutes. Can't you freaking see?